In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to create a workflow in Dynamics 365 CE, otherwise known as customer engagement, which is a common scenario many users encounter. Before we begin, it's important to understand that while Dynamics 365 provides robust capabilities, the exact steps can vary depending on your specific version or configuration. However, for this video, I'll outline a typical process that you might experience in the classic Dynamics 365 CE. First, let's navigate to the essential settings. You'll want to start by finding the advanced settings. In the Dynamics 365 web application, this is accessible by clicking on the gear icon, which represents the settings menu. From there, select Advanced Settings. Within this environment, you'll find processes. Depending on your setup, you might also locate processes under the Process Center in the Settings tab. Now that you're in the right place, let's create a new process or workflow. To do this, click on the New button. You'll need to assign a name to your new process, something descriptive that will help you remember its function later. Next, choose the primary entity. This is crucial because it determines which table's activities will trigger the workflow. For instance, you might choose entities like Account, Contact, or Opportunity, whichever is relevant to your needs. When deciding on the category or process type, you'll select Workflow. Here, you might see options for real-time processing, also known as synchronous, or for background processing, which is asynchronous. Consider whether your actions need to happen immediately or if they can afford some delay in execution. Next, we need to specify the start conditions or triggers for the workflow. Decide when you want it to run. You have options such as triggering when a record is created, updated, deleted, or even on demand. If you decide on an update trigger, you often have the flexibility to specify which particular field changes will initiate the workflow. After setting your triggers, it's time to dive into the Workflow Designer to add steps and define the logic. You can incorporate various actions such as creating or updating records, sending emails, or assigning records to specific users. There are also options for check conditions, similar to if-then logic, and you can employ branching to create conditional logic if needed. Moving on, it's essential to set the scope and any additional settings. The scope determines who the workflow will apply to. Options include limiting it to records owned by the user's business unit, or making it applicable across the entire organization. If it's a real-time workflow, you'll also specify whether you want synchronous or asynchronous behavior. There are other settings like whether the workflow should run immediately or if it can have a wait or delay period. Once you have everything defined, it's time to save and activate your workflow. Remember, only activated workflows will run, so don't forget this critical step. After activation, you'll want to test it with data by creating or updating records and observing the workflow in action. To monitor its performance, check the process sessions or workflow history, where you can see if it executed successfully or ran into any issues. And there you have it. A complete guide to creating and managing workflows in Dynamics 365 CE.